Also, since we're so no, this is going to work out kind of perfectly, actually. So joining us in the neighborhood, excuse me, in the neighborhood is former film critic and now current editor and advisor of people how to write their own books. She's also written a bunch of books too.
Oh.
Iris Dorbian, won't you please welcome JAMI Bernard? JAMI Bernard, please welcome Iris Dorbian. JAMI, how are you? You look great.
Hi, Jamie.
I put on makeup for you, Dave.
Well, I put on makeup for you, Iris.
Only for you. Only for you.
Well.
I did a smoky eye, or what I thought might be a smoky eye. I'm not really sure.
You just do the smoky glass rim.
I have the smoky glasses.
Yeah. So, how was your year, Jamie? But I mean, with COVID, you didn't get COVID. Other than you know what, how was your year?
My year. Oh well. Instead of that, all right. I was going to tell a story, but then you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
No, but then you sent a message saying you'll get like 2 minutes, maybe 3. So I can't tell that story. It needs air. So instead, I devised a very short trivia contest for you and Iris.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's only 2 questions, so you'll be able to. All right, and this is going to make your night and your year. Yeah.
I'm going to write the answer, or you can call on whoever gets to whatever first.
Okay.
You're the host. You're
prizes. I'm not even going to announce the prizes because you're going to award them, Dave. It's your show.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. All right, number 1. What did I buy myself for my 65th birthday in August? And you can pick all that apply. A set of porcelain veneers. B, a grand piano. C, a Peloton.
No.
Or D, a home theater system.
Ooh.
I think A and B.
So it can be more than one, you're saying?
It can be more than one.
A and B.
Iris, do you want to go for, or this is for either of us to answer, or what? Or...
Well, it's for either. Let's see which one of you does better. Iris has given her answer of A and B.
Oh, that's my wife. That was Joyce. That was my wife.
That was Joyce.
Sorry.
That was Joyce. I did not tell Joyce that she was allowed. I did not see her
Okay, I will go.
Okay.
Okay. I would say it's 2. It's C, Peloton, and D, a home theater system.
And I'm going to say everything but the Peloton.
You're all sort of wrong and sort of right.
Okay.
I knew the home theater system would throw you there because you figure former film critic, why not? No, and thank you for thinking. One of you thought that I would have porcelain veneers, and not so much. I bought myself a grand piano and a Peloton.
Oh, wow. Are you going to play? Are you going to pedal and play at the same time?
Yes, I do. Yes, they have thousands of classes, both Beethoven and pedaling, and Tour de France, and Debussy.
Now, can I ask you one favor? Okay, Jamie.
Is the favor not to continue with my questionnaire?
No, but can I add one more guest, and he can see if he can answer that question?
You're just piling on the guests. I knew I wouldn't get time to tell my big story. Okay.
We always run late. Hold on.
Bring in another one.
I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, because... Oh, I brought in the wrong... Well, I brought in the wrong person.
It's the wrong guest. Bye, Stephen. Goodbye.
I went a little early. I'm sorry. Let's bring in 5 guests, and we're all going to try and answer. I'm such a moron. Okay. By the way, welcome. We've got Iris Dorbian here. We also have JAMI Bernard. We have my old friend from high school, junior high school and high school, Stephen Fish, and Steve the Whistler Herbst. So we've got a whole gathering here.
Why are you the whistler?
Steve? Oh, Steve.
I can't hear you. You're not whistling at all.
Unmute, please.
How's that?
Sorry, unmute. I accidentally muted you, Stephen Fish. Okay, Steve Herbst, why are you the whistler?
Why am I the whistler? Well, okay. First of all, I am an international grand champion whistler, having competed around the world. Secondly, I was named to the Whistlers Hall of Fame.
And did you go Whistler's mother?
I
was going to make a mother Whistler.
I'll tell you, funny anecdote. I've been interviewed a whole lot of times, at least in past years, and sometimes they would want to interview my mother because she was Whistler's mother. And the funny thing is that she told the interviewers that she had no idea that I was whistling all the years that I had been practicing and rehearsing, because I never thought it would be of interest to anybody else. You know, I'd whistle walking to school, and I'd whistle walking home, and I'd get home, I'd go into my bedroom, close the door, and whistle, practicing all the musical, mimicking all the musical instruments in Peter and the Wolf by Tchaikovsky, which is how I developed the 3-octave range, simulating flutes, oboes, piccolos.
Meanwhile, you are
things like
the
that.
only teenage boy who goes home, shuts the door, and does that. Every other teenage boy is playing with a very different flute, my friend. But anywho,
Yes, I was actually a lot younger than that. I started doing that at age 7.
oh well, we all
When
started.
what you're suggesting was not yet
I,
of interest.
Well, Steve, that is fascinating, and I want to hear you whistle, but I have another trivia question to ask before that, and the other Stephen just has to wait, bide his time, can't say anything, not allowed. We don't even know why you're here, but that's okay, because I have a trivia question for everyone to answer, and it doesn't matter that you don't know who I am. You're
It's
just gonna
JAMI
have to
Bernard,
answer it
okay.
anyway.
Well, I can see her name on the screen.
And you're not going to say, wow, that's a famous name.
well, she used to write for the Daily News and the New York Post. Okay, I should have given her a better intro. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's just fine. I'm gonna torture you now with my second trivia question. Which celebrity did I FedEx a personal letter to this year to apologize for something stupid I did about 10 years ago? A. George Clooney. B. Matthew McConaughey. C. The Rock. Or D. Gilbert Gottfried. Anyone can answer.
Please let it be Gilbert. I'm just going to say Gilbert, even though that can't be. But I'm going to say Gilbert.
Anyone else want to participate in my fascinating quiz? Yes.
I'm gonna say Clooney.
You are correct. You are correct. You win something that Dave will give you.
Oh my God, exciting.
Here's a red ribbon. So, Jamie, tell us quickly the
I can tell you quickly. That was the story I would have told you tonight.
Oh, yeah, come on. How did you piss off the
Yes, there's lots of Steves. There's Stevens and there's Steves. They whistle. They do interesting things. And so I don't have time to tell my George Clooney story.
Oh, all right. We'll have to have you back on the quiz, and you'll tell us what you wrote about him that you felt bad about 10 years later.
It wasn't what I wrote about. It was in person at a dinner.
Would you spill something? Just tell it quickly. What, did you spill something on him? Did you kick him accidentally in a bad place?
All right, I'll do the Evelyn Wood.
Yes.
Because it's a story. It's one of those shaggy dog stories. I'm not going to make it shaggy. I'm going to make it really tight. So about 10 years ago,
okay,
I was invited to the New York Film Critics Circle dinner. I used to be chairman of the chair of them, and they invited me back for the 75th anniversary dinner because I had been so important. Steve and Stephen, very important, name recognized. Okay, I'll let that go. And so the chairman surprised me by introducing me from the podium, and people applauded, so I stood up to accept the applause. Meanwhile, at the next table, George Clooney leaned over to tell me something. And he looked very earnest. He was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't hear over the applause. So I was like, what? And he said it again. He leaned closer. And I am, you probably don't know this, but I'm socially inept. And I was like, which one do I turn my back on? The applauding audience or George Clooney? And I didn't know what to do. And I did what I do when I feel like I'm in a spot and I'm socially inept. I did something incredibly stupid and horrible. I sat down, I turned to George, I patted my knee as if he should sit on my lap, and I made a lewd face at him. And then the evening began, and it was too late to go over to his table. And I have suffered ever since then. Suffered.
How did you get, very quickly, because I want to talk to Stephen Fish and a little bit more to Stephen Harris.
Oh, sure, get the Stephen.
But yeah. How did you know did you send it to his agent? I mean, you FedExed
No, because if I sent it to his agent, he would never get it. They think it's a fan letter. But a friend of mine found out his address. He has a Manhattan place.
Oh, okay.
And so I FedExed it to Manhattan. And I believe that Amal is out and I'm in. That's what I think.
There you go. No, or he could be sweet on one of our other guests here, Stephen Fish, my friend from high school. Hello, Stephen Fish. How was your? Everybody's year was terrible, but what was good about your year? Oh, Stephen, you're unmuted. How come we can't hear you, Stephen?
He doesn't have the volume connected, probably.
Uh-oh.
Have him go out and in.
Yeah, that's what she said.
He's stunned by my George Clooney story.
And there we go. There we go. Stephen Fish, tell us something lovely that happened to you in this difficult year.
No, I don't hear you.
We may have to. No, Stephen.
We don't hear you.
I assume he's going to show also his life partner who has been undergoing some health stuff, but who made it through the year, which is wonderful.
Why don't you?
Yeah, I'll talk to Steve here. Meanwhile, Stephen, I cannot hear you at all.
Have him leave and come back.
Yeah, Stephen, we can try and get you back later with some other people. We have a couple of minutes still to talk with, though, Steve the Whistler. Herbst, Steve, how was your year?
Well, my year has been pretty good. One of the main highlights, as you know, was I appeared on To Tell the Truth, and that aired July 18th, and that was a lot of fun. They flew me out to Hollywood, and I was in two segments. You know, the first segment where I was an imposter, and then the second segment where I was myself. And you can see that segment, the one on my website, stevethewhistler.com. And this month, I was a featured guest artist at a concert at the Episcopal Cathedral of the Good Shepherd on 31st Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. And I got to whistle several numbers, including Nessun Dorma, Clair de Lune.
All right, you know what's coming next, Steve, and Jamie even asked for it. If you could just give us a little even Nessun Dorma, the high note, or something, just
something. Okay, this is just something that kind of demonstrates range, right?
Wow. He's still whistling. It's just only dogs are hearing it now. That was wonderful. Thank you, Steve.
You know, so I did this concert where I was the guest artist with this Glee Club. I did 4 numbers solo, including Clair de Lune and Nessun Dorma, and the Christmas song, you know, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, and another one. And I did 2 numbers with their Glee Club, the introduction and finale of Bring Him Home from Les Mis.
Oh, yeah.
And another number called River Song.
Can I ask you to just do the beginning of Clair de Lune?
Sure. Hold on a second, and I will.
Clear the room. He'll do Clair de Lune. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Gorgeous.
Thank you. Wow, that was actually quite lovely, man. That was.
You know, I brought some trivia questions and jokes for you tonight.
I can maybe bring you back later in the program to do them because now we're coming up on time where I want to bring on our next guest. And I haven't even talked to Stephen Fish. Stephen, can I even hear you? Okay. Oh, Stephen.
You want a quick trivia question, Dave?
Let me bring in. You know what? I don't know if I can bring. Maybe I can bring 6 people. Hold on. Let me bring one more person.
12 people.
Can we really? Okay. So let me admit one more guest into the Daverhood.
I think 50 people.
He is an actor. He's also got a new book out. It's called Solo Transformation on Stage. It's all about solo, the kind of stuff that I have done on stage. Hello, Ronald Rand is joining us.
Yes.
Hello, Ronald.
I'm here.
Along with a whole bunch of people here. We've got, goodbye, Ronald Rand. He'll come back. So ask
Santa.
Trivia question, Steve, please. Oh, he's coming back. Here we go.
Ask Stephen, your friend, to leave the link and come back.
Yeah,
again and click use computer audio.
Yeah, Stephen Fish.
Yeah.
Can you just say something, Stephen Fish? All right, Stephen. Why don't you try and leave the room? Leave and just come back. I promise I will let you back in. But I literally cannot hear a word you're saying. You're just mute. So check your audio input, and we'll get back to you. Meanwhile, we got Ronald Rand back. Ronald, and we need.
Yes.
Hi, Ronald. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff.
Rand Kwanzaa and Festivus as well. You're such a joyful person. Yes. And I probably asked you this 2 weeks ago when you were on the show. But what was the best thing that happened to you this year, in this terrible year?
Talking to you, David, right now.
You mean it wasn't talking to Rabbi Saul Solomon 2 weeks ago?
Oh, well, yes, absolutely. That was even better. Yes, it's so true. Well, every moment is great, to tell you the truth.
Now, do you have an anecdote, or I asked people who were guests on the show to either have an anecdote or a joke or a trivia question or something. What would you like to share for this show?
Well, I would love to try to stump the host.
Everybody's doing the trivia.
That would be
But it's just me. Let's bring this out to the whole group. We've got Iris Dorbian.
Okay,
Jamie
that sounds
Bernard,
good.
And Steve Herbst. So let's have a question and we'll all come. We'll all think of answers and we'll see who gets it.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. Now, it's which one of these is false? So every one of us, or some of us, have heard of this fellow named Stanislavski. And let's see if you really know who he is and what he did. So which one of these is false? A, he was an actor and performed in the original productions of Anton Chekhov's plays Uncle Vanya, The Seagull, The Three Sisters, and The Cherry Orchard. B, he had a golden thread factory, and the gold material the company made adorned ladies' dresses and men's uniforms at royal receptions and balls. C, he was a Russian director and co-founder of the Moscow Art Theater. D, when he came to America with the Moscow Art Theater, he co-founded the Actors Studio with Elia Kazan, Cheryl Crawford, and Robert Lewis. There you go.
Well, unless this is a trick question, which I won't put past you, Ronald Rand. I think I know. I think I get the. Well, I use the chat. Oh yeah, we can all. How about we all chat the answer so that we don't step on each other's whatevers? That's actually a good idea.
Okay.
Chat. So Iris, Jamie, Steve Herbst. Let's. I'm going to say the false one. I'll bet I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys all?
I missed the first part because the audio.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know. I mean, I missed the first part of the question. I got some of the
It was about his being like in the very first productions of The Cherry Orchard. Ronald, read it quick again.
And one of them is false. One of them is false.
Four things is false, is not true.
Yeah. One of them is false, that he was an actor and performed in the original productions of Chekhov plays Uncle Vanya, The Seagull, Three Sisters, and The Cherry Orchard. And B, he had a golden thread factory, and the gold material the company made adorned ladies' dresses and men's uniforms at royal receptions and balls. C, he was a Russian director and co-founder of the Moscow Art Theater. And D, when he came to America with the Moscow Art Theater, he co-founded the Actors Studio with Ilya Kazan, Cheryl Crawford, and Robert Lewis. So one of them is false.
Okay. And we're waiting on both Steve and Iris to chat. Type in the chat.
Oh, type in the chat.
Yeah. Jamie and I have already given our answers.
Oh.
And I'm sure I've been tricked. And if I have.
Well, it's so great to see you all.
Oh,
Happy New Year.
You too, man. Iris. I think you may have it, Iris. Everybody else said the obvious, the Golden Thread Factory one. Iris is the one who's saying he may have come to America and co-founded the Actors Studio. Ronald Rand, author and actor. What is the answer?
Well, the answer is, of course, it would have to be D, because he did come to America with the Moscow Art Theater in the 1920s, but the Actors Studio was founded in the 1950s. And of course, it was before the group theater and everybody.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm not feeling good about New Year's Eve and the New Year.
Do I get a prize? Do I get a prize?
No,
brought
Ron,
me down,
like an idiot tonight. Thank you very much.
Brought me down. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Now, let me ask you, Iris, Jamie, Steve, and Ronald, can you hang a little more? Do anybody need to go? Because I want to bring in more people, and we've got a fairly well-known person who's going to be joining us like right now. Are you cool with sticking around?
I can stay.
Like the new
I can stay for a little while yet.
Okay, and you have a trivia question for us too, right, Steve?
I got a bunch of them.
Wait, hold on. Let me bring in our next guest joining the Daverhood. He is a Bistro Award winner, an Ovation Award winner, a Drama Desk nominee as well. He was in Forever Plaid, Hello Mugga, Hello Fada off Broadway, and the national tour of Wicked in recent times. Please welcome back to the Daverhood, the one, the only, and the West Coastal Jason Gra. Hey, Jason.
Dave, how the hell are you?
I am good. I've split myself into 5 people because my schizophrenia has finally reached its peak.
What does that mean?
This is more of a party line. Let me explain. We've got other guests in the Daverhood who are sticking around and talking with each other and playing. We've got Iris Dorbian, who is a former theater critic and now a business writer. We've got JAMI Bernard, former film critic of the New York Post and Daily News, and now someone who helps other people write books. She's also gotten books of her own. Steve Herbst, the award-winning professional whistler. Yes, and Ronald Rand, actor and the creator of a magazine, a newspaper I'm sure you read, called The Soul of the American Actor, which has been around for like a couple of decades now. So,
wow.
Welcome.
Wow. It's a who's who.
Yeah. And then there's me. Who the hell is he? So, Jason.
Hi, buddy. Happy New Year to you. Cheers.
L'chaim, how was your year, Jason? I mean, the good things about your year. We all know it's been a crud year, but what was good stuff that happened to you?
Well, it forced me to stop and, smell the roses. I kind of enjoyed it. I, as you had said, I toured the country with Wicked for a year and a half, and that I left about 2 months before the lockdown happened. And my big dream was to stay at home and be with my husband and my dog and live in my house in Los Angeles, which I don't do very often. So I got that wish.
Well, that's the thing. Are you now like jonesing for 2022. I mean, who knew about Omicron? But like you're ready to get back out there, and now you've still got to wait a couple more weeks to, or are you planning?
Yeah, I am. I am jonesing, Dave. Just seeing your face, I'm jonesing. But I feel like
Thank you.
I am like, half of me is so excited to get back to work, and I've got jobs coming up in the new year, which is great. And I've been working sporadically, but there's been no momentum. Like I've had a really good job and then nothing for weeks. And I'm not really used to that, but I've enjoyed kind of being a slob and hanging around my house.
You are never a slob.
I'm a slob. I'm Unitarian, so I'm just a slob, not a slob.
You're Jewish, yeah. So what is, like, in the next couple of months, though? What are some gigs that you have lined up, God willing, that you can do?
Well, God willing, and I'm planning on doing them. I'm doing a comedy tonight concert that I've done a few times, but this time I'm doing it with Christine Bianco and Ali Mozzie, and we're singing with the Fort Myers Symphony. And hopefully that's going to be the beginning of a lot. I do a lot of symphony work, but all of that curtailed, of course. So I do a Jerry Herman concert with Debbie Gravitt and Clea Blackhurst and Ron Raines and Scott Coulter. Oh, he's horrible.
I got to tell everybody, the reason I know Jason, perhaps better than other celebrities, if you will, is that I was running the box office when Olympus on My Mind played off-Broadway at the Actors Playhouse with Ron Raines, Emily Zacharias. It was before Faith Prince was there.
Faith Prince, yeah.
And was you. And
Louis Hewitt.
Yeah.
And Louis J. Stadler.
Right. And we had him on the show earlier this year, and he was great. Great to see again, too.
Yeah, he was great. I played his twin. So Ron and I have stayed in close touch through the years. So hopefully we get to go to Florida to do this concert. I'm coming to New York to do a couple shows at Birdland in March to do my show, Broadest Hits. And hopefully that will be thank you.
I just got that. Jason Broadest Hits.
Thank you for laughing. Thank you for laughing, Jason. I appreciate it.
Okay, so one thing I do want to do is, since I've got you all here, and we've got Steve Herbst has taken the time to prepare a trivia question or two for me, but it'll be for all of us. So what I will ask, though, he'll ask the question, and then we'll all type in chat, if you don't mind, so that way we don't step on each other's answers or something. That might, we'll see.
By the way, I did not know that I was supposed to provide like ABCD options.
No, you don't.
I just have the questions.
Whatever you want. They're doing it the way we usually do our trivia quiz.
You have to whistle your question.
The first question is, when did partiers first celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square? What year did partiers first celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square?
That's a good question.
I've been doing terribly on these. Good one, Jason.
Nicely done.
That was very fun. That was very funny. I got a kick out of that.
Match game now. All right, here we go.
That's funny, Jason. That is funny. Okay, you ready for the answer?
Yeah. Wait, have we all? Iris? Pick a year. Any year. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, let me read all the answers, and then Steve will enlighten us. I said 1924. Jason went all the way back to 1876. Jamie gave us the year they invented Depends.
That's right. That's smart.
I should just answer funny things because I'm not going to get these right. Iris did 1920, and Ronald Rand did 1903. Steve, the Whistler Herbst, when did people do this crazy thing of standing out in Times Square?
1904.
Oh,
Wow.
Ronald,
I was so close.
Very
I
close.
was
Very
really
close, Ronald.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Next question, and the reason I find this question particularly fun is because I made an appearance on the Tonight Show, not the Tonight Show, the Today Show, on New Year's Eve, and they had me go all the way up. No, it was Good Morning America. I was taken all the way up to the rooftop in Times Square, and I was standing in front of the Waterford Crystal Ball, on New Year's Eve morning.
Okay.
And I was standing there with the weather girl, and she was delivering weather reports, and I was whistling weather-related songs like "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow," you know. So my question now is, when did the Waterford Crystal Times Square New Year's Eve ball make its debut? What year?
Why would we know that?
We have shares in Waterford, of course.
That's the worst question.
You're right. I don't think.
We want to go out and buy shares in Waterford.
Let's not even bother. I'm just going to throw out a year. 1957. Anybody just forget the.
I think Dave's right. I'm going to go with 57.
Yeah.
Okay, 57.
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay.
57 too.
Okay.
So,
What's the answer?
Bear in mind, we're talking not when the first
Oh hell
ball
no!
was in
No,
the-
of course
was
not.
the
Not with the
Times
first.
Square, but
Yeah.
the
I think
Waterford,
it was the year they invented Depends.
the Waterford Crystal Ball made its debut in 1999.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That was interesting.
Now,
Yeah.
the first New Year's Eve ball,
Yeah.
what year did that drop, is a different question.
For another night.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let me do some rejiggering.
This is the
here.
best game. I love it. And I just would like to say, Dave,
By the way, Dave, as you suggested, I
Yes.
also brought a couple of jokes.
Well, wait. Hold on. We have other guests. So,
All right.
so can I
Just
ask?
letting you know I have them. Just letting you know I
I-
have the jokes.
Fabulous.
This
fabulous.
is the part where Dave has to kick some of us off.
You kind of do.
I
But
know.
I'm, Steve,
Okay.
thanks for getting back on late. But Steve Lewis, Sir Herbst, first of all, let me wish you a most very, very happy and delightful New Year and a healthy New Year too. I'm going to let you go because I've got to bring in. There's like literally every 5 minutes there's a new guest. But thank you, Steve, and maybe see you later in the program. Catch you. If you got jokes, maybe after like the midnight hour, try coming back if you're still awake. So I'd love to see you.
Well, I'll still be awake.
bye, Steve. Thanks for the
Thank you, Steve.
question.
Okay, Jason, can you hang a little bit? Can you, let's see, Jamie, you're still good?
And I've worn out my welcome, and I don't even whistle.
Oh, well.
So I'm gonna go, drink myself into it. No, I don't. I mean, I'm gonna go do intellectual things and play my grand piano.
Oh, do it. Do you want to maybe come back and can we hear it from the other room? Is it close enough? If you want to play?
Oh, now you're desperate to have me. Before it was like you only get 5 minutes. Now it's like, please play the piano at least.
What kind of grand piano is it?
I got all right, so now I'm blank. It's a Yamaha, but it's not a baby grand, it's not a concert grand, but it's just short of 7 feet.
Nice.
It's beautiful. It has the like a honey tone. I just love it.
How beautiful. What do you enjoy playing the most?
I've been working on a Brahms Rhapsody, and I'm doing the Pathetique. Not well, but when I play on this piano, I'm like, I sound pretty good to myself.
When I play, it's pathetic. I'll tell you that. Coming. I'm sorry.
The Beethoven's Pathetique?
Yes.
I played that for my 10th grade.
Not Klein's Pathetique. No.
I played that for my 10th grade piano recital.
Oh, so you could play it in 10th grade. Fine. No,
I could, but I can't.
I'm
play.
just feeling lower and lower in this group here in the Daverhood.
No, I can guarantee you play it better than I do now. I can't play it anymore.
Yeah, but nobody sings like Jason Gra. He's a marvelous. Maybe you can. I don't know if we can work out the piano accompaniment with Jason.
Oh, I want to hear him sing. I don't want to go until he sings.
Okay,
go to my YouTube channel.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Jason Gra, has a lot. Jason, don't go away. Let me just welcome some other friends from Colorado.
Wait, I'm gonna
because
go.
at 11 o'clock we.
Jamie, nice to meet you.
Nice
Oh,
to
you have
meet
to
you
go?
all.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome to Wendy Hybe and Fred Cleaver from Colorado, and you're unmuted. How are you guys doing?